There are many ways of learning chemistry. Just like any other subject, chemistry involves focus, a lot of practice, effort, and dedication.
I agree, Camille. Chemistry is indeed not an easy subject. It is a branch of science with a very wide scope. It deals with the composition, behavior, structure, and properties of matter, as well as the changes it undergoes.
Yes, Kathleen. That's why we created an alternative way of learning chemistry. It will be a very fun one and at the same time not very boring.
Very well said, Camille. This group is comprised of Maroma, Harold Dureza, Camille Pestano, Camille Samson, Margaret Mallo, and truly yours, Almira.
Chemical World War, or War of the Elements, is a board game about elements, chemical bonding, and intermolecular forces, adapted from the all-time favorite game, Scrabble. This game basically uses the same materials like in Scrabble. However, the method of forming words are correlated with the concept of chemical bonding. The point system of this game is based on the concept of intermolecular forces.
The game is played on the board made up of 225 squares, with 15 rows and 15 columns, and can be played by 2 to 4 players. The objective of the game is to have the highest score possible at the end of the game by making as many words as you can. The words allowed to be formed are only names of elements found in the periodic table of elements, excluding the lantanides, and actinides. There are 100 tags with letters on them, which are used to make the words. Each tag has a letter and a number shown on it. The number represents the point value of that letter. The points that can be earned for each correct chemical formula is defined by the formula. Sum of the numbers on the tags of the letters multiplied by atomic number plus the atomic weight.
Let us now go into the specific details of the game.
Before the game begins, two things must be decided. First, all players must agree on a periodic table to be used in the event of challenge. Second, the players must determine which one of them will have the first turn. To decide this, each player picks one tile from the pouch, and the player with the letter closest to the beginning of the alphabet will get the first turn.
All tiles are returned to the pouch, and the pouch is shaken to mix up the tiles. Each player, beginning with the player getting the first turn, selects 20 tiles from the pouch and places them on his rock. Once all the players have their tiles, the game is ready to begin.
The game is played as follows. The first player combines two or more of his letters to form the name of an element. The word is placed on the board either across or down, making sure to place one of the letters on the center square. The center is a bonus of double word score, which only applies to the first word. The score for the word, including the bonus, is tallied and added to the first player's total score. To complete the turn, the player selects as many new letters from the pouch as he just played to replace them on the rack.
For the second player, if the element the first player gave is a metal, first, you can only connect the non-metal you have on the starting or last letter of the element the first player gave. Second, you can connect a name of a metal or metalloid anywhere on the element the first player gave except the starting or last letter. B. If the element the first player gave is a non-metal, first, you can only connect the name of a metal on the starting or last letter of the element the first player gave. Second, you can connect a name of a non-metal or metalloid anywhere on the element the first player gave except the starting or last letter.
After the turn of the second player, the third player, if any, or the first player again, uses this rule in connecting the names of the elements that he or she formed. If no element can be formed within the letters of a player, he can say pass, and the next player will take over. A player wins if he earns 1,000 points.
That's it. The chemistry concepts basically involved in this game are bonding, ionic, covalent, metallic, and intermolecular forces. Let us take oxygen as an example. In the game, it is said that hydrogen can only be connected to oxygen by overlapping its letter Y with the Y of oxygen. This forms a cross shape. The reason behind this rule of the game is that hydrogen and oxygen form covalent bonds. Covalent bonds usually involve the sharing or overlapping of electron orbitals. This is the reason why elements of the same type should overlap with each other in this game. This explanation applies too in metallic bonds, though there is no sharing. Instead, there is an electron C. On the other hand, when two elements of different types needs to be connected in the game, it should not overlap. Rather, it must have one of its letters on the first or last letter of the name of the element already on the game. This signifies that there is an attraction between the two ends of two oppositely charged ions, a feature of ionic bonds. The concept of intermolecular forces is also one aspect of this game, because the points you earn are greatly affected by the molecular mass of an element.
Thank you for watching.